A key phone call later today could determine whether Congress moves to hold the FBI director in contempt. The director, Christopher Wray, is scheduled to talk with the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer. Chairman Comer wants committee access to an FBI document that a whistleblower says contains a corruption allegation against Joe Biden back when he was vice president. And the chairman says he is prepared to hold Wray in contempt if the document is not shared ASAP. Director Wray is offering to allow Comer to come in and view the document in person. CNN's Sarah Murray is here to help us sort all of this out. Director Wray says, I can't give you the document. That would violate protocol. Come in and take a look at it. We'll talk. Is that a reasonable compromise? Chairman Comer doesn't seem to think so.
You know, I think we're sort of seeing the dance ahead of the actual compromise. The contempt threat is like a sort of shot across the bow, but it's a little toothless because it comes, hours before these men were already scheduled to get on the phone and after the FBI had already sent Comer a letter saying, we are going to share information with you. We just need to talk through the process of how we ensure this information remains confidential and how we protect these confidential sources, which is what this document that Comer wants memorializes. And
it could be protecting confidential sources, which is a critical point. It could be an allegation that is unfounded, right? And so that's sort of the question is, where's the sensitivity of this? When you have House Republicans who very aggressively want to say that the president's a crook, there's a document that says somebody reported a tip about something, but we don't know much more.
Well, right. And this is what the FBI has said over and over again in their letters is, essentially what you are asking for is information about an unsubstantiated allegation. It doesn't tell you, what happened if the FBI looked into this and then later found out there was nothing to it. It doesn't tell you if someone else came in and provided totally contradictory information. It doesn't tell you the background of this confidential source and frankly, whether they thought they were like a total wacko and they were just giving information that had no basis in fact. So again, they're really trying to lay the groundwork of, what you see in this document may not be all that you're hoping it's going to be.
Different chairman, different investigation, but Chairman McCall of the House Foreign Affairs Committee did get to go to the State Department and look at this descent cable in the Afghanistan withdrawal. The chairman says he wishes the whole committee would see it. He's going to keep pushing for that, but that was at least a reasonable compromise and a stepping stone, and we'll see where we go. Chairman Comer, at least up to this phone call, you're right, he's just saying this before the phone call, but says that doesn't seem like it's going to be enough for him. The FBI's decision to stiff-arm Congress and hide this information from the American people is obstructionist and not acceptable. The committee will now be taking steps to hold the FBI director into contempt of Congress for refusing to comply with a lawful subpoena. This subpoena from them is lawful. I just want to note for the record, there are 5 Republican representatives who rejected, ignored, refused to cooperate with subpoenas from the January 6th committee because they decided they didn't like that committee. But the FBI doesn't get to decide it doesn't like his committee, I guess.
No, but also, what do we know about these congressional subpoenas? You have to go through an accommodation process, and that's what the FBI has been doing. They've been talking to Comer's staff. They're putting Wray on the phone with Comer and Grassley. They're saying, we're going to give you this information in some way. It may not mean we're printing off copies of this document with sensitive source material and handing them out to everyone on the Hill. It may mean that, a select number of people and staffers on your committee get to come and get to view this. But again, it's an accommodation process. They are going through this. This is not the FBI getting a subpoena and just saying, you know what, we're going to throw this one in the trash today.
Right. That's a key point in the sense of it is sensitive information. You're trying to protect sources. You also don't want unverified allegations. Then the next committee could request another document and so on and so forth forever. The FBI, its legislative affairs director, is saying this in a letter. The director looks forward to discussing how to make that information available to the committee during your call. It says they remain committed to cooperating. I guess this is a test, right? These new chairmen on the Republican side, this is what they campaigned on. They said we're going to have incredibly aggressive investigations. The question is, if they don't get everything that they want, do they just run to the subpoena and contempt, or are they willing to negotiate?
Yeah, look, I think putting the contempt threat out there is like an early sign to say, we actually do expect you to comply in some way. Maybe they'll be satisfied with just being able to see the document, but I think the fact that Comer said it, the fact that McCarthy said it, is an indication of saying, we are serious about trying to move forward with these contempt proceedings if we don't get what we want. We know that Wray has been, of course, a top target for them.
A top target because of what the Republican base thinks to the former president and so on and so forth. I suspect you'll be back here tomorrow explaining to us just what happened. Sarah, thank you.